Today, we're diving into a really compelling investment opportunity that's popping up in Kenya's booming health food market. We're going to break down the fundraising plan for a company called Zenith Zoe Organics, and believe me, they are tapping into a huge consumer trend. So here's the big question, right? Can one single investment really do all that? Grow a business, sure, but also build up a community and deliver a massive 200% return? Well, that's what we're digging into today. It's this awesome story about how profit can meet purpose, and for Zenith Zoe, the answer seems to be a huge yes. So what's the setup here? Well, it all starts with a very clear gap in the market. In a place like Juja, and you see this in growing cities all over Kenya, there's this rising demand for healthier food. People want stuff that's good for them, clean, easy to get, and, from a brand they can actually trust. And that is exactly where Zenith Zoe Organic steps in. They've basically positioned themselves as the perfect answer to what everyone's looking for, building their whole brand around quality and wellness. And this tagline? It's not just some clever marketing phrase, it's genuinely their promise. It really says it all. They're all about simple, high-quality ingredients and making their products in a way that puts customer health first. And they totally back that promise up with a fantastic menu. I mean, we're talking about everything from probiotic yogurts and cold-pressed juices to things like superfood porridge, they call it Uji Power, and fresh fruit parfaits. It's a lineup designed for anyone who's health-conscious, really, from breakfast to a late-night snack. Now, this right here, this shows you just how dedicated they are to quality control. It's not just about starting with good ingredients, it's about having a super strict process. From the moment the fresh milk arrives to the final checks, every single step is designed to make sure the final product is safe, reliable, and of course, delicious. And this is what really gives them their edge. I mean, sure, there are other options out there, but they don't quite hit the mark. The competition is either mass-produced, with less focus on actual health, or it's super pricey. Zenith Zoe found that sweet spot, offering a premium, super hygienic product line at a price people can actually afford. So with a product that people clearly love and a ton of demand, the company is at this huge turning point. And that brings us to the core of this whole thing, their plan for growth, which all hinges on a very specific investment. The ask is crystal clear, $150,000. That's the capital they need to go from being a successful small-scale operation to a real major player in the local wellness scene. And look, they've laid out exactly where every penny is going. This is not some vague request for cash. The money is strategically targeted for key things like upgrading production with new yogurt vats and juice presses, setting up a professional flagship retail shop, marketing, and making sure they have enough working capital to hit the ground running. And this chart really shows you the number one goal of this investment, to triple their production. With this funding, Zenith Zoe can jump from making 50 liters a day to 150 liters. That's huge. It means they can finally start to meet all the demand they're already seeing. This investment is all part of a bigger, smarter strategy. They're not just going to flip a switch, it's a really well-thought-out two-phase plan. Phase 1 is all about getting that retail shop set up and hitting that initial production target. Then, Phase 2 is the big scale-up, pushing to 150 liters and expanding where they sell. It just shows they have a clear, manageable path forward. Okay, now we get to the real heart of this proposal. This investment isn't just about growing a business. It's about getting a powerful dual return, one that you can measure both in dollars and in social impact. First, let's talk money. The financial projections are incredibly strong, with an expected return on investment somewhere between 150 and 200% over just 3 years. And get this, the payback period is projected to be only 18 to 24 months. But the return doesn't stop with the financials. This is the purpose side of things. At full scale, this expansion is expected to create 30 to 50 new jobs for people right there in the local community. That's stable employment that makes a real difference. This diagram just captures that positive impact cycle perfectly. You see, Zenith Zoe's business employs local people, they buy from local suppliers, they sell nutritious products to the community, and they even help with health education. It's this amazing, self-reinforcing loop where the success of the business directly helps the community thrive. So what's next? What happens after this initial expansion? Well, the vision for Zenith Zoe is pretty ambitious. They want to build a leading wellness brand that goes way beyond their local town of Juja. And this roadmap lays out exactly how they plan to do it. The flagship store is just step one. The plan also includes partnering with places like schools and hospitals, expanding into other regional markets, and eventually launching online sales and even home delivery. And that brings us to our final thought. The Zenith Zoe story is so much more than just a business plan. It's a fantastic example of a growing movement. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How are these kinds of impactful businesses, the ones that mix financial returns with real social good, going to completely reshape what we all expect from our investments in the future?